announce an album 90 minutes into a football podcast. It's like, okay.
They're like weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, but at 90 minutes, you talked about everything and you went, by the way, here's a briefcase, here's the album.
I'm always trying to surprise people with how I announce albums. I'd done a few album announcements on award shows. And so, you do something one time and people are like, I know what she's going to do next. Yeah. She's going to do the same thing she did before. So I was like, what are people not going to expect me to do is to go on a football podcast and announce an album. I love the kind of polarity of the masculine feminine there.
Well, it's very funny because you are very funny and you like silly stuff, essentially. And I mean, so you did your sourdough chat and then you talked about the album.
Yeah, I think I talked about bread for, maybe 320 hours.
Well, longer than about the record.
People were like, okay, if she doesn't stop talking about sourdough, because it's like, it's a danger for me to start because I cannot stop talking about bread when I start. And it has nothing to do with music. It's the most musically irrelevant thing. It's completely separate.
But it's nice.
It's nice.
And I'm so grateful because it's got lots of cat stickers on it as well, which I really like. You know, in the podcast, I
chose them very carefully. For what your sense of humor is in my
brilliant album.
Thank you for appreciating that the album cover is a reference to the famous Ophelia painting, which then ends up being referenced in the music video, which there's more references to this painting. I directed the music video, which was so fun to write and direct, and it's actually debuting in theaters.
Yes, it is.
Cinemas. So
cinemas.
The
cinemas. Yes. Or, as you would say in the old days, the flicks or the pictures.
The picture show.
The pictures. The picture show is nice.
Go see the pictures.
We have some wonderful Radio 1 listeners who are also your fans who just wanted to send a few messages to you. So can I play you these and
would love it.
See what you make of these? Because when people found out you're on the breakfast show, they were going
They
bananas.
had things to say.
Yeah, they had things to say.
Fantastic.
I could say anything to Taylor. I think I'd be like, how do you do it?
Of different types. And one of the things I was really playing with in our time away was writing in character and kind of developing these characters and these character arcs and things. And that is present on this record, even though it's about my life. Sometimes you cosplay, like, this is a love song through the lens of Elizabeth Taylor's life. Like, there's different motifs that I think we're trying out on this record that are sort of a culmination of me practicing and working up to the point where I could make this kind of album.
When did you start playing it to people? When did you play it to Travis, to Big Trav?
Oh,
can I call him Big Trav?
Yeah, you absolutely can. He responds to pretty much anything.
Okay,
which is great. He's a really easygoing guy. You will absolutely love him when you meet him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would play it for him as soon as I'd come back from Sweden.
Okay.
As soon as I'd come back from Sweden, I'd just like play it for him, and I knew that this was the kind of album that he was going to love the most. Mm-hmm. He's like so supportive of all of it, but like he's a real vibes guy.
He's a vibes guy. Well, you described him as an exclamation mark.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's such a lovely way of describing someone.
Thank you. It's very accurate.
What I was going to say to you was that, you and I have known each other for so long, longer than Travis has known you. I feel like I should.
Yeah,
I need to just check that, because the vibes are strong from him. I think he's a great guy, but I need to check for sure. I just want to play catch with him.
No, he would do that.
That's all I want to do.
You'll love that. Like all of my guy friends are like, I just want Travis to like pick me up and throw me over a roof or throw me in the pool.
I could do that. I would love that.
Yeah. It's really, because it's like, he's 6'6", but it's also, the width of the shoulders is also like, just seeing him walk through a door is genuinely a privilege.
Yeah, okay, well that's great. I'd like him to maybe just do a wrestling move on me into a pool or something would be great.
The way that he's going to do that as soon as he sees you at our wedding is like, that's going to happen. Like he's just going to...
Whoa.
Oh, did I...
Am I coming?
Obviously.
Is it a destination wedding?
People don't think that we're actually friends. That was what. Remember when you were like joking with me at the show we did about being sweaty and people thought that it was like a great.
I thought it might go away.
No, I was gonna correct people, but I thought it would make it. People are like, no, that'll make it worse, and he'll hate that even more.
No, I didn't hate it. I quite enjoyed being cancelled for fun.
It's the funniest way to be cancelled.
Right.
For like making a joke about me being sweaty after a very sweaty performance.
Yeah, but look, you love a bit.
I do.
It was a bit.
There's nothing I love more than a bit.
Right. It was a hot day.
It was a...
And you'd said...
It's... yeah, it's not...
Okay,
nothing.
once and for all. Okay. By the way, thanks for the invite to the wedding.
You're so welcome.
I don't normally like a destination wedding, but for you, I would make an exception.
Sick.
Where's it going to be? Do we know?
I will let you know. I'm going to let you know at a different time.
Okay, not on the radio. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's a yes, please, and thank you.
Sick.
But once and for all, were you upset that I told you to go and take a shower?
No, it was important. And also, I had already arrived there on my own.
Yes.
You were just reading my mind, as good friends do.
Right.
Right? I was not upset.
Okay.
I actually laughed.
Okay.
Greg James found himself caught off guard on BBC Radio 1 Breakfast when Taylor Swift, in the midst of chatting about her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, unexpectedly invited him to her wedding to Travis Kelce, the NFL star she got engaged to in August. Greg, who's been interviewing Taylor since the earliest days of her career, complimented her on her happiness, mentioning her relationship with Kelce, and playfully admitted he'd love to play catch with the Kansas City Chiefs athlete, and maybe even have Kelce toss him into a pool with a wrestling move. Taylor, quick-witted as ever, replied that such antics could easily happen when Greg showed up at their wedding, which left him genuinely surprised. "Am I coming?" he asked, half laughing, sensing she might be joking, but hoping she wasn't. Taylor didn't miss a beat, replying, "Obviously," and then teasing that many people don't realize how real their friendship is, especially after Greg's infamous shower joke at Radio 1's Big Weekend back in 2018. Greg, still reeling from the unexpected invite, wondered aloud if it would be a destination wedding. But Taylor dodged the question, leaving him guessing. The history between the two is filled with hilarious on-air moments, but this wedding talk took things to a new level. Greg, known for his humor and skepticism about destination. Weddings, he once complained in the metro that dragging guests halfway across the world for a wedding when no one has any connection. To the place is a bit much. Quickly changed his tune on Instagram, admitting he'd make an exception for Taylor's big day. The interview then turned to Taylor's music, with her expressing nothing but joy about the release of The Life of a Showgirl. She told Greg that her life remains in the same wonderful place it was when she wrote the songs, and she sounded genuinely content. The album, which she made with her longtime collaborators Max Martin and Shellback, dropped at midnight Eastern Time, just as fans around the world were already dissecting every lyric, searching for hidden meanings and connections. Critics were quick to weigh in, with Roisin O'Connor from The Independent handing out a 4-star review, marveling at how Taylor, fresh off the record-breaking Eras tour and smashing multiple music industry barriers, has managed to raise the bar again. O'Connor described Swift's latest release as her most experimental yet, musically darting from Stevie Nicks-inspired pop rock on Opalite to a blend of folklore and Reputation vibes on Honey, complete with choppy beats, fuzzy organs, and tumbling piano lines. The song Would even channels Jackson 5-style funk and is, according to O'Connor, the most audacious track Swift has ever released. Throughout the album, Taylor shifts from being wildly in love to sharpening her pen for some lyrical bloodletting, sometimes within the same song. Don't forget to subscribe for more interviews and stories like this. As the conversation continued, Taylor reflected on the process of creating the album, describing it as a journey driven by joy rather than pressure, and attributing her creative freedom to the solid support she feels in her personal life. Greg, always the fan of a good story, nudged her to share more about her writing process, but Taylor kept things light, sticking to anecdotes about late-night recording sessions, inside jokes with Max and Shellback, and the spontaneous way some tracks came together. She recounted how Opalite was born from a jam session that spiraled into something much bigger, and how Would originally started as a playful riff before morphing into its final funk-laden form. The chemistry in the studio, she said, was electric, and she credited her collaborators for pushing her to experiment and take bold risks. At one point, Greg tried to pull her back to the subject of the wedding, joking that he'd need fashion advice before facing the guest list, which he imagined would be packed with celebrities and athletes. Taylor laughed, promising him he'd fit right in and hinting at some surprises in store for her guests. The two reminisced about their early interviews, marveling at how much had changed since then. Taylor from a country ingenue to a global superstar, Greg from a rookie interviewer to a seasoned broadcaster, and yet, their conversations still had the same easy rapport. As the interview wrapped, Taylor thanked Greg for his support over the years, and Greg couldn't resist one last joke about hoping for a seat near the dessert table at the wedding. Taylor's parting words were a reminder of the genuine friendship they share, the kind that makes even the craziest on-air moments feel effortless.